Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, you know how we do. Try to keep it serious before we get to the bullshit. First story up is 22-year-old Dylan Roof. You guys might know him as the young man who shot up 9 people, killed them in a Charleston, South Carolina church. Well, the Attorney General Loretta Lynch has decided that they are going to pursue the death penalty for Dylan Roof, and I don't see any problem with that. He admitted to it. There was a surviving witness who looked him dead in his eye and talked to him, and it was his goal to leave behind a witness to tell exactly what happened. And quote, he expressed hatred and contempt towards African Americans as well as other groups, and his animosity towards African Americans played a role in the murders charged in this indictment. He lacked remorse. I mean, yeah, I don't really see the problem with them seeking the death penalty, but there are some people in South Carolina who are concerned about the expense for the state because of the appeals that are sure to come afterwards. They're saying that he tried to enter a guilty plea in exchange for life in prison, but yeah, Attorney General Lynch has just said, damn it, she's just going for the death penalty. Death penalty is, in general, I am for the death penalty, but there's always situations where you're not always sure that that's the right way for a situation to end. But in this case, for sure, I'm for the death penalty because he did it. Everybody knows he did it. He admitted that he did it. And yeah, I do believe in eye for an eye. And I know a lot of people don't feel that way. I don't know if I'm 100% on death penalty, but in certain situations, like I said, I definitely believe that it is it's necessary. Tell me how you guys feel about it. Do you believe that Dylan Roof deserves the death penalty, or do you believe that he should live the rest of his life in jail? It just seems like it's the coward's way out. You kill all these people, but you're not willing to lose your life for it? So again, I know it's a touchy subject, and I know that religion plays part, morals, things like that. But as far as I'm concerned, Dylan Roof, the death penalty is necessary, is a just decision, and hopefully Loretta Lynch will be able to be successful in her pursuings. So the big story this week, we all know, is Tamar Braxton being fired from the Real. On Saturday evening, it was all on Instagram that Tamar had posted sort of a cryptic message saying that she stupidly and blindly trusted somebody that she shouldn't have. It wasn't her sisters, it wasn't her husband, but she had been basically stabbed in the back. You guys would figure out exactly what she was talking about, and that was it. But she did not mention that she was fired from the Real. Of course, that meant that social media was on the hunt to find out exactly what Tamar Braxton was talking about, and it went through a few things. First, they were saying that it was that she was talking about the McDaniels, April, and whatever her husband's name is. Her husband finally came out and said, you know what, y'all don't want it with us. We ain't got shit to do with the Braxtons. Herbert, whatever their last name is, with Tamar and Vince. Okay, wish them luck, but it has nothing to do with us. Get off my damn wife's page before I fuck you up, basically. That's what he said. Oh, no, you can fuck up a whole Instagram, and Twitter, but okay, I guess he was gonna kill himself, try it, child. So, yeah, he was out of the ruling, and then so people were going through a few things trying to figure out exactly what it was, and then finally we settled on Tamar was being fired from the Real. I don't really know exactly how they came out about knowing that that's what it was, but yeah, as the night went on, that seemed to be what everybody was saying, that she was fired from the Real. Of course, it was still hearsay until the very next day when Sunday the Real came out and said, yeah, Tamar Braxton will not be joining the show next season. We wish her, all the success in her endeavors. She's going to concentrate on her solo career. Okay, and we thank her for what she's done for us these last 2 seasons. So they was just like, bitch, get on. And yeah, so it was just like, well, damn. And let me tell you guys something. I don't watch The Real. I don't watch really any daytime shows because I'm at work. And then I don't care to watch any of those shows at night. Okay, I'm taking my ass to sleep. The bitch got to get up in the morning. I'm old. I needs my rest. So yeah, I never watched the show, but I mean, I've seen clips, and I just felt like, I thought Tamar, and you know, the show just never really caught my eye like that, but I did feel like if Tamar wasn't on the show, then none of those other girls would be anybody that I would be interested in really sitting down, you know, 5 days a week and watching. So I always felt like Tamar was the draw. Okay, yeah, she can be a whole bunch over the top and all of that, but you know what? I felt like that's what they wanted. You had different people with different personalities. And I thought that that's, you know, that they were trying to angle the show towards different types. So, you know, the comedy would be Lonnie, you know, the kind of the ghetto ratchet would be Tamar, you know, the you know, I ain't never really watched the show, so I don't really know how everybody says, but I would imagine that, you know, Tamara, the twin, she would be the more logical, you know, kind of, you know. So I just felt like everybody had their place on the show, and, you know, so I feel like, my feeling, y'all don't know, huh? You like, bitch, how many times you gonna say you know? My feeling is, even though I never really watched the show, I really am not watching the show if Tamar is not on there. I mean, I feel like she is a large part of that show. Now, of course, all these different stories have come out. Now, first of all, we had her assistant, a Mr. What is his name? A Mr. L. Davis. Okay, he was going on a rampage on Twitter and spilling the beans right after The Real had let out their statement that it was a mutual understanding that she would not be returning. And basically what he said was The Real was being shady, that they aired a show, you know, on Monday to make it look like Tamar was mad about the announcement when really that show had been, you know, taped 3 weeks ago. They said that he says that she was not a diva. You know, she provided her own transportation, she provided her own wardrobe, put her singing career on hold, didn't properly promote her album, you know, and that's the reason why the album didn't do all that well. I was just like, well, I mean, I personally love the album, but, you know, a lot of people did not like that album, so I don't know if it's because she didn't promote or what. But he said that she put her career on hold, and that basically The Real was being shady. Okay, they released a statement on a Sunday. Well, they were forced to release a statement because Tamar had already set the wheels in motion, you know, and putting everybody out, you know, putting the business out there before, you know, anybody could really come to some kind of agreement and just try to, you know, kind of slide around out, you know, without no whole bunch of hoopla. But I mean, you guys know Tamar. Tamar is emotional, and she jumps the gun, and she kind of gets on social media and says what she wants to say, you know, just like immediately. What did I tell you guys about Drake saying the 72-hour thing? You know, Tamar needs to take that into consideration. There's all these stories going around. Wendy Williams didn't help. She got on to her show Monday, and evidently Lonnie Love had been on her show Friday. And I guess Wendy Williams' show is taped live, or, you know, a day later, whatever. So the show aired on Monday. I mean, the show that aired on Monday, Wendy Williams said, you know what, I feel like Lonnie Love knew when she came here. So it was like, then it was like everybody was pitted against the hosts. They were saying that the hosts were the ones who had gotten her fired, had been complaining. I kept hearing Lonnie's name. Like, her and Tamar don't get along. I don't know the dynamics of, you know, anybody's relationship on the show. But again, I've seen them in different tweets, different Instagram posts where, you know, supposedly they all get along and all of that. Of course, that's just, you know, social media, so we can't always go by that. But still, I didn't feel like it was that much strife. I just never heard anything like that. So it was a shock. They said that Tamar Braxton had unfollowed everybody on Instagram with the exception of Tamara. And then, so it was just like all these stories going around, and people were blaming, you know, people were going on all the different hosts Instagram and saying all this shit, you know, you ain't right and you got her fired and all this. So it was just like, it's starting to be a mess. So finally yesterday, Lonnie Love, honey, I guess she was like, bitch, I've had enough of this shit. She had tied them damn braids up on top of her head, ain't got a lick of nothing on that face, and she just finally said, well, this is what happened. Saturday, she got a text message from Tamar saying that she heard that she was being fired. She didn't get the message until a couple of hours later. She was taking a nap. When she woke up, she saw that Tamara had immediately responded to Tamar, but nobody else had. Lonnie texted her back and said, please let me know what's going on, because she tried to call her and Tamar wouldn't answer the phone. She went on to explain that Adrian is in Puerto Rico, I think she said. She said that the other girl is in Singapore. So there's all these time differences. Everybody is all over the place. But as far as everybody knew, they did not know anything about her being fired. She said she spoke with the home, you know, the daddy company. Is it Telepictures or something like that? And they basically told her, yeah, she fired. It ain't got shit to do with you. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. It's between Tamar and us and her management company. So she said she still didn't know exactly what the reason was. She was trying to get in touch with Tamar. Tamar wouldn't answer the phone. I guess Tamar, now that I'm listening to Lonnie's story, it seems like, and I'm not sure if this is what happens, but it seems like Tamar might have been just pissed that nobody responded to her text message right away and just was like, you know what, I'm unfollowing everybody. Fuck y'all. The only person that she didn't unfollow was Tamara, because Tamara called her back immediately. Of course, again, this is hearsay. I don't know if this is what happened. So, you know, that also feeds into the whole thing about her being emotional and just doing shit like right away before she gets a full understanding on what's going on. But Lonnie was just like, yeah, just to clear things up, I went on Wendy Williams. I had absolutely no idea that, you know, Tamar Braxton was being fired. If I had known that, I would not have gone on the show, because it did look like, I guess, she was kikiing with Wendy and kind of, you know. But she was like, yeah, we had no idea. We had just shot promo pictures for season 3. We were all scheduled to go to the Essence Festival and film there. And then, you know, so she was just like, so I had no idea. Lonnie just kind of wants to get herself off the hot seat, and the rest of the hosts, I suppose, because we know how social media can be, and we know how super fans and stans can be and kind of attack people when they don't know the full story. I still feel like we don't know the full story, but this is the story that makes the most sense. Now, of course, since Lonnie did that, also a Daily Mail article came out that somebody sent me, and even when you read it, it's sort of biased, but I still feel like it's probably true as well. They basically said that Tamar was having a problem with diva antics on the set, that there was a particular segment that they were filming that Pinterest was sponsoring. They were there in the segment. It was a game that Tamar was losing. She was upset. She went off on the executive producer. She also had a tendency to go off on the executive producers in front of other staff. She would be rolling her eyes and all of this. And finally, they was just like, bitch, we done had enough. Okay, when she went out on Dancing with the Stars, I think that they were a little upset that she had, you know, signed up for something like that, but they made adjustments, had her off, and then they had guest hosts, and they said that the ratings maintained and even sometimes got better depending on who was guest hosting. And they were just like, you know what, maybe we don't need Tamar like we thought we did. So I guess they were willing to take this chance of letting her go, especially with focus groups. They're saying that she doesn't read well with the focus group, and this was the part of the article that kind of made me, I don't know why it made me feel a certain way, but they were just like, she's too ghetto, and she uses, you know, slang that, you know, that the gay community, and I know how the gay community feels about Tamar. Well, some people in the gay community feels like she's you know, culturally appropriated a lot of their terms and things like that. And that, you know, a lot of times they're saying in the focus groups that these women, that educated women, saying that they can't relate to, you know, Get Your Life and have several seats and all of that. That was the only part of the article that made me just feel like, now, I mean, even though it is quite slang and it is annoying, because, you know, I just don't like to hear, I don't like to hear any of the ghetto, I mean, any of that slang that's used over and over and over again gets on my nerves. I don't care if they gay or straight. Like, you know, just, I mean, you can sprinkle shit in a little bit, but motherfucker, when your whole damn conversation is like, I can't stand that. So, but they were saying that educated people can't understand. So then it was kind of like the shady part that was making it seem like she was just this old ignorant ass girl. And I don't think she's ignorant. I think she's just, that's what she was there for. That's what they hired her for and put her in there for. So, you know, I don't know. But I mean, the article definitely fits in with everything else that, well, that doesn't really fit in, but you know, when you get all of these pieces put together, it kind of makes sense, and you sort of start to believe, like, yeah, well, maybe, you know, maybe. I think Tamar will be fine. I think her ego is really fucked up right now. It's just bruised. I mean, you know, you thought you were the star or something, and then they kick your ass off. You know, like my mama always said, yeah, you can't never get too comfortable and think that you are not replaceable. I personally don't think that show is going to last without her. But, you know, it remains to be seen. I mean, I ain't trying to talk nobody. I'm not trying to get people to lose their damn jobs, you know. So I'm sure these 4 girls, and if they decide to replace her or not, I'm sure that they hoping that the show survives without them. And, I mean, without Tamar as well. And, we just gonna see. We just gonna see, you guys. But yeah, Tamar will be fine. Her ego is bruised. Sometimes we gotta learn lessons. If, you know, any of the stuff that they said was true, sometimes we just got to get knocked on our ass. And she's still rich. She still has a very wealthy husband. She still has other things that she's doing. Maybe sometimes if these things are true, we just gotta adjust ourselves a little bit, you know, and learn from it and move forward. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's how I feel about it. But you guys tell me what you think. Okay, do you think that they were shady the way that they did it? Are you going to watch a show again still? If you do watch a show, are you going to still watch a show if Tamar Braxton is gone? Do you think it'll make that much of a difference? You guys, just whatever you feel about it. You know what to do. Leave it below. Okay, you guys, so this is an update on Soulja Boy's story. Remember I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that Soulja Boy, you know, surprised us all by cryptically tweeting that he had, you know, signed on this $400 million deal. And, you know, I was just like, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Well, the wait and see is up, you guys. There's a company called World Poker Fund Holdings. Okay, and it's some online gaming system that they have signed Soulja Boy on as the face of their company. Evidently, it involves this complex system of stock and revenue sharing and all of this. And they have told Soulja Boy that he has, I believe, the potential of making upwards of $400 million. If everything goes as planned, and if the company continues to grow, they believe within these 5 years that he might be able to make up to $400 million. Okay, because I guess he's part shareholder, stakeholder, whatever. I don't know the ins and outs, but basically what I'm telling you is the nigga was lying. Some people will say maybe it was just a stretching of the truth. Maybe he didn't understand the terms. I'm just going to say that he was lying, and, you know, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Spokesperson for the company, Matthew Bird, said he spoke too soon. He said that he was excited. He was under pressure from you and I, all of social media, okay, to put out a statement. He jumped the gun, and he misquoted the numbers. I mean, the company is only worth $52 million. So, of course, they don't have $400 million to give nobody. So that's where the word potential comes in. They're hoping that the company will continue to grow. Even though last year the company lost $400 million. Or not $400 million. $400,000, I believe they said. But I guess that's how these companies do, up and down. Okay, but I'm guessing that they're hoping with the shit that they got coming up in these next few years that the company will continue to grow, especially with all these other gaming programs, FanDuel and what's the other one, y'all? Anyway, you know, with these other ones that they have, you know, they're hoping that their company will grow as well. And they're bringing in Soulja Boy. You know, he's a young rapper, you know. Even though I'm just thinking to myself, like, out of all the people you guys decide on Soulja Boy? I mean, maybe, child. Like I said, I ain't trying to get people to lose no money. So, I mean, I'm glad that Soulja Boy, but you know what? Why you gotta lie about it? I mean, even if you made $5 million, that's good. That's good money. Don't get on here and be stunting for the gram and shit and saying something. But like I told you guys, he's the one with the copy paper money, okay? He's the one that lied about this jet. I mean, Soulja Boy has it in him, so that's why I didn't believe him. It was nothing about being a hater or anything like that. It was just the fact that I was just like, I'm going to wait till the full story comes out. Well, the full story is out, y'all. I mean, good luck to Soulja Boy. We hoping that you make this $400 million, but you ain't got it yet, bruh. I don't know what's going on with Mona, but I was like, Mona, bitch, now listen. When you get people for these damn shows, I'm going to need you to do a proper background check because Love and Hip Hop ATL this year, they just had some shit going on, ain't they? Y'all heard the story, right? KK. Karen Lynn King, that I found out her full name is. Well, you guys, she was at a club out here in Atlanta. What's it called? Level 4, Level 5, something like that in Buckhead. And as soon as she got there, the police slowly walked in right after her ass, swiftly put them damn clanks on her, and they took her ass on down to the jailhouse. And they're saying that Miss Karen King is being charged with financial identity fraud, theft by taking, and forgery in the first degree. And basically, this is what happened, okay? Back before Karen, got on this TV show, she was in Saks Fifth Avenue in Phipps Plaza in August of last year, and she had worked out this damn scam with one of the employees there. The employee's name is Armani Harper. I believe it's a boy. Anyway, her and Armani was working in cahoots with each other. She had some credit card from somebody with the name of Diane Woodley. And honey, Karen King then went and bought up a whole bunch of shit. $5,000 was really might not even be worth a whole bunch of shit at Saks Fifth Avenue. But $5,000 worth of shit. Armani rang up for her. And she took her ass on up out of there, and I guess she thought she had got away with it. Well, it took a couple of months for Saks Fifth Avenue to figure it out. But, yeah, Armani had been in a whole bunch of other shit. Some Chanel wallets being stolen in some bags, and ringing up people, and opening up accounts, and so a whole bunch of other shit, okay? Finally, Saks, confronted Armani. Armani admitted that, that he did or she did do this. And that he was working with Karen King at the time. He knew that was not Diane Woody. Honey, this Diane Woody, get these words together. She didn't even have a fucking account at Saks Fifth Avenue. Okay, so they opened up from this lady's name and I guess her credit history. And they opened up an account and then I'm telling you, just niggas, we just ain't why we got to be this wrong, y'all? I mean, just the whole credit card scam. My girlfriend, one of my best friend, works for Neiman Marcus, and she was like, Roxanne, you would be so surprised, or maybe you wouldn't, of how many of your cousins come in here with all kind of scams trying to buy this shit. Again, you ain't got a lot to kick it. Like, out here in Atlanta, unfortunately, a lot of people try to put forth the appearance of doing a lot better than they are. Now, Atlanta, because the cost of living is a lot lower, you can buy a very nice home for a low price. And I guess depending on how well your credit is, you can get the nice car and all of that. But a lot of times, a lot of these people are living beyond their means. Okay, and I want to have all this just like everybody else. But if you got to go and steal it to put forth this image, okay, then who's really winning here? Because the lie is you still got to go home to your fucked up ass apartment, okay, and you ain't even got all this shit. You got to be doing all this extra so when you get out in public, people see you a certain way. But, I mean, who wants to live that way? So it's just sad because that is what the culture is here in Atlanta. I'll tell you in a minute. I got my shit. I bought my shit. Many times it was with my taxes. Okay, or when I came up with some money just unexpectedly, nigga ain't just balling out like that. Most of the shit that I wear, I've had for years. I mean, even before my kids were born, I still have some clothes. So it's just, you just ain't got a lie to kick it. And I think that's the problem with, the KKs of the world. They just got this thing where they just have to steal. And look where it ends you. In jail. Now, we know that KK has had issues in the past and she's been in jail. I don't know if she's going to be in there. She looks like she's gonna be in there for a while. I think they said that her bail is set. I don't know if she's outer yet, but the charge carries a 1 to 15 year sentence. And all this because you trying to do what? I mean, I guess, and then it's crazy because you gonna be on a TV show. I mean, I guess she thought she got away with it, but did she not know that Armani had already said back in October, November that, that he or she did this? Like, I'm just trying to understand the logic in this, okay? We got Shona Scrap is in jail for the little bit of marijuana. Somebody told me it was fucking 2,000 pounds of marijuana. And then this. Okay, so Mona, listen. I I know everybody trying to, I know everybody trying to make $1, trying to be on the show. But, you know, this ain't a good look for, you know, the TV show. To just have for real criminals on there like this. Okay, and now it's Love and Hip Hop. Like, are they going to be obligated to be trying to bail her out and pay some of her, you know, like, I doubt it, honey, because Mono's like, bitch, you on your own. But, I mean, not a laughing matter, just sad, just very, very sad that people ruin their lives in over $5,000, because in the end, it's not worth it. We'll see if Karen King makes it to the reunion. As of now, don't look like it, though. This year was the first year that I watched the Billboard Awards. I don't even know how many years that it's actually been on TV. And actually the show was okay. I actually was thinking about doing a video about it, but then I was just like, no, just forget it. I don't feel like it. But I enjoyed the awards. I didn't really know anybody that was performing. I was just like, this is where the age gap comes in, because I was just like, who the fuck is this? Like, I didn't even recognize Justin Bieber. That's to let you know how old a bitch is. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Performances that I enjoy, Britney Spears. Okay, y'all don't know what we done did to Britney, child, but Britney looked great. She looks good, but she looked like she was counting the steps in her head. You know, you'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, snap, go. You know, she wasn't even as sharp as she used to be. It wasn't a whole bunch of dancing, just a whole bunch of walking around and posing. But even she couldn't do that, so I was just like, oh. Britney, you know, Britney had her issues. She's come back. So I was good with it. The music was jamming. I mean, just, man, I'm telling you, Britney Spears playlist, you wouldn't think it. But you sit there, you let that shit play, that shit be jamming. They play she's had some very good songs. So I was okay with Britney, Ludacris, and Ciara. They were cute enough hosts. Ludacris looked like, you know, we needed to sit his ass down and scrub him down, shave him up, and his hair, you know, get his hair lined. I was just like, why does he look like that? The rugged look, that, you know, I ain't been shaved look, that only look good on real big dudes, okay? I don't need no little teeny tiny, because Ludacris is tiny. I've seen him in person. He is little. We don't need little niggas to be walking around here with that hoe. You just look like you've been on the playground somewhere and that you need to get a bath. But they did well. I always like to hear Ludacris speak in voice. I think it's very, you know, it's very distinct and clear. And Ciara actually is good as a host as well. It's just like, why has she been doing these other things that she's been doing? It seems like she should act and, you know, model. I just don't want her to sing no more. But yeah, the show was cool. Let me try to see. I didn't even know Fifth Harmony was a girl group. That's let you know how old I am. I told you Pink did well. Why she had to keep on doing these acrobatics and stuff? Just be on the ground and sing. I mean, eventually she did even make it on the stage. But it was just like, we've had enough of her swinging across, you know, with the greatest of ease. Kesha, I thought Kesha did well. That's another one who has a great playlist. Actually, Kesha and Britney Spears, their playlist kind of plays a lot of the same music. You know, the performance of the night for sure was Rihanna. That's my girl. And Love on the Brain is my favorite song on the album. And I thought she did very, very well. So funny. People always talk about that they didn't know she could sing. I'm not going to say that Rihanna has the best voice in the world. But I have always felt, and I've said it here plenty of times, that Rihanna sounds exactly like she sounds on her album. So what you get on the album is what you get. And so it's not, you don't feel like she's a studio singer, because it still sounds the same to me. You know, people are saying that she didn't seem like she was singing live. It seemed like she was singing live to me. All right, and I thought she did very well. And I actually feel like Rihanna can sing. It's just it's a different kind of she can sing, like how people used to say T-Boz can sing. Okay, so it's like that same kind of. It's not the classically trained, you know. But who has that kind of voice now? But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought she did very, very, very well. I was very proud of her. The KKgoes, bless their heart, it's 35th anniversary. They still sound good, but you know, they should have brought the note down, because child Belinda was having a hard time getting up there. And did you see that drum player? You was just like that back there, like that bitch was like, all I do is do 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they was good. And then Ariana Grande, you know, I thought she did well. She can always sing very well. And Madonna. I mean, this is exactly why I told you guys we don't want tributes. For this exact reason. Okay, even though, you know, Madonna did the best she can, and I actually didn't even think that Nothing Compares to You was all that bad, because That was the version that Sinead O'Connor had done. So I was just like, okay. But still, when I think of Prince, I don't want to hear Nothing Compares to You, because that's not, you know, there's more iconic songs that what is the word? That I put with Prince. That ain't the word I was looking for, but damn it, that's gonna have to do. But you know, I don't want her to sing the more iconic song. So Nothing Compares to You, actually, surprisingly, I was okay with it. It was when they tried to do Purple Rain, and then I saw Stevie Wonder, and I was just like, oh no. Oh no. Okay, but then that even looked like that was like kind of last minute, decided to have him come up there, and maybe, you know, they just do this little Purple Rain tribute and not really get into it. But yeah, I was just like, no, that's not it. And of course I saw the BET Shade, the commercial that they did right after that, to say, yeah, we saw that, we got you, you know, don't worry. And I'm just looking at BET like, y'all might fuck it up too. Just because you black don't mean that, you know, we got automatic faith that you gonna get it right, because BET has fucked up some shit in the past plenty of times. But it was cute and it was funny. The commercial did make me laugh. But yeah, now it's just like all eyes on BET, like, okay, now that you guys done made it seem like Billboard was so fucked up and that they didn't do it right, you know, you guys best come with it. And they're saying that Stephen Hill is a huge Prince fan, and you know that because he's charged with this, that, you know, he's not gonna mess it up. I'm just saying, okay, like RuPaul said, don't fuck it up. But yeah, the Billboard Awards was cool. I saw the little shade, you know, MTV tried to get some shit started with Rihanna and Sierra. It always surprises me that these social media accounts are just kind of, who runs them? I don't know if MTV was trying to be cute, and then when Sierra blasted back and was like, it must be an intern or an amateur that's tweeting for this company, you know, for a show this big. I thought that Rihanna did well. Then of course they say, yes, it was somebody and we fired them and all that, but it was just like, but you let the motherfucker be on Twitter and say all this shit originally, so you thought it was gonna be funny, and then maybe, you know, it didn't tee hee hee ha 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 with everybody, and now you fired the motherfucker. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That was pretty much it. Am I missing anything? What did I miss, you guys? If I missed anything else about the Billboard Awards, you guys tell me what was your good, your bad, your ugly. The Bad Boy Reunion concert that aired last week, well, not aired, but it you know, went on 2 days last weekend because of Biggie Smalls' birthday. That shit looked like it was so much fun. Everybody that I saw that snapped it or on Instagram looked like they had a blast, and I'm telling you, I was just like, I really, really wish that I would have been able to go to that concert. I know that it's on tour, and like I told you last week, I was concerned that, you know, that there would be some things that might stop it. They have a 25 city tour, that it could be some dissension, you know, and as of now there hasn't been. Looks like everybody is getting along, and you know, the love is still real high there, but I was concerned that might be a problem, or I was concerned about the health of the leader of the damn tour, which would be Bad Boy himself, Puffy. And sure enough, after that concert, it was Friday and Saturday, and then after Saturday, after the concert, he had an after party, and then he went to a club and club and bought out the bar and was celebrating. I was like, he is gonna fucking kill himself. And sure enough, the next day he was dehydrated. He was on an IV. His legs and shit. I told you guys he was having leg and shoulder or arm problems. He had to get, you know, some kind of ultrasound treatment on his leg, and I was just like, are they gonna make it? I mean, you could tell that he was having the time of his life, and he was dancing, he was all over that stage. I mean, everybody was out there, and I mean, they were so hyped. But we have to remember, everybody has gotten a lot older, and that those tours are taxing. But you know, I'm gonna hope that they make it here to Atlanta. They're not coming here until right after Labor Day in September. But I'm really thinking about trying to go. I'm just gonna sit it out a little bit and see how the tour progresses. But that shit looked like it was so live. Okay, total. I was just like, wow, Pam. I mean, they all look great. I hadn't seen any of them with the exception of the one that's married to Omar Epps. But Pam, I mean, she is in great shape. If you guys follow on Instagram, I mean, she looks great. I mean, all of them look good. It was good to see Little Kim up there. It was good to see 112 up there, and Carl Thomas, and my girl Mary J. Blige, and just the whole group. So So I'm really hoping that the tour continues because it's something that I would really like to go to. But yeah, we're gonna have to, Puffy gonna have to relax himself. But I personally know how hard it is when you be so hyped up and the music be good and the vibe is right and everybody is having a good time. I know how hard it is to sit your ass down. But for the length of this tour and, you know, all the money that can be made and all of the people that can go and enjoy it, I'm gonna need Puffy to just kind of, he gonna have to, what's the word, y'all? When you do like that, he gonna have to level himself off a little bit, pace himself, and get through this concert tour. Did you guys go? All of my New York rock stars out there, you guys let me know if you went to the concert, how much fun it was, all of that, okay? Yeah, I'm looking forward to them coming to Atlanta, though. Y'all done called the damn Chinese food place. Y'all can see in the background that I'm there. And how about it ain't fucking Thursday? I can't get my dollar sushi on Wednesday, bitch. See, that's how you know that I operate on schedules, okay? Because my whole life is a schedule, and now I'm all thrown off because I knew it was top of the blog, so I just immediately, you know, just automatically felt like it was Thursday and I was gonna get my damn sushi. I done spent my whole fucking lunch over here. I ain't gonna be able to eat, y'all. I'm hungry, so let me hurry and get off of here. But anyway, Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne have decided to call it quits after 33 years of marriage. Okay, well, actually, it looks like it's just Sharon who's decided. And it's because Ozzy Osbourne was unfaithful in this marriage and he cheated with a celebrity hairstylist by the name of Michelle Pugh. I was just like, I mean, it's not a shock that a man, even at almost 70 years old, would cheat with a woman and everything. But I'm thinking, like, this is Ozzy Osbourne. Like, Ozzy Osbourne, it's like Ozzy Osbourne years, okay? 70 to him is like 130 to you and me. It's just like, he's too fucking old. Like, does Ozzy Osbourne still even have all his faculties together to be trying to fuck around with somebody? Well, obviously so. Okay, even if that brain ain't right, that fucking head is right. That ding ding still work, bitch. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's been carrying on having this affair with this Michelle Pugh lady, and Sharon Osbourne is done, I'm sure, with him being a rock star, them being married 33 years. I mean, they've had their share of ups and downs. Maybe Sharon Osbourne is just over it. Maybe, you know, she just can't take it no more. She don't need him. She's just whatever. Okay, so she's just like, peace, bitch, I'm out. So they said she's lawyered up, and, you know, it's really put the family in a place where, you know, everybody's upset, everybody's mad. Kelly, she tweeted the other day, I quote, "If anyone is looking for cheap, chunky lowlights, a blowout, and a blowjob, call," and she proceeded to post Miss Michelle's telephone number. I was just like, well, damn. Okay, everybody's all just like, you know, did you get mad at your father? Your father is the one who was married. He's the one that cheated. And she was like, bitch, you don't know me. You don't know my family. You don't know my life. That's what the kids always say. You don't know my life. I'm just thinking like you're 15, 17. Fuck, ain't got no life. I do know your life. You with me all the damn time. But anyway, she was just like, you know, he's almost 70 years old. Have you ever heard of elder abuse? I'm just thinking to myself like, I mean, I guess that could be elder abuse. Like, I'm thinking to myself like, who is fucking Ozzy Osbourne? It's just like, what is happening in a world where we go and fuck around with somebody like Ozzy Osbourne? I mean, I know it's money involved and all of that, but child, I mean, do he even know what he doing? Somebody check on Michelle. I'm sure that bitch got worms, amongst other things. I mean, he used to eat bed heads and shit. So, child, anyway, Kelly is over it. Sharon is over it. No word about Ozzy if he gonna move in with Michelle. I mean, fuck, she's around my age. I'm sure she ain't really trying to have him be around her like that. She looked like she could be somewhere in her early 40s, maybe even late 30s. I was just like, oh, that's daddy. I mean, it's almost like Paw. Just like, ugh. Y'all know how I feel about. I mean, but that's just a big difference. So anyway, you guys, that's the white folks news today. Ozzy, you know you tried it. Sharon is not there for it no more. Guys, Bill the Peel update. The story. I'm so tired of talking about Bill Cosby, and I guess, but I need to just mention this. It's a kind of a confusing story, but the way that I read it is that back in 2004, while he was being deposed for all this other shit that was going on with, you know, some sexual abuse and saying that he had raped these people or whatever, There was also a story that had come about that he had been sleeping with some teenagers or having some sexual contact with some teenagers. Supposedly there was a modeling agency that would supply like 5 or 6 models to his show every week, and I guess he took a special liking to some of the girls. And special liking in this case would be, you know, he would have them jack them off with lotion, masturbate them. Child, I'm telling you, it almost feels just not right to even be reporting these stories. It's just so perverted to me. But back when he was being deposed back in 2004, you know, he admitted that yes, he used to fool around with some of the girls, you know, 17, 18 years old, but it was always consensual. One of the girls, who is now known as Jennifer Kaya Thompson, she was anonymous back then. She's come out and said that she was one of the teens that, you know, that she would masturbate him and all of that, that, you know, he would take advantage of her, met the family, had the family out for dinner, you know, had the mother trust him and said that he would take care of the daughter and help her in her career and all of that. And then he eventually pressured the girl enough, or, you know, he would come on to her, but, you know, putting his legs in between her legs and they're sitting down, getting close in her personal space, all this weird, crazy stuff. And then eventually she went on ahead and jacked him off. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of ins and outs to these things. I mean, when you talk about people being consensual, but then you talk about this is a child that's 17 years old, even though 18 years would make them, I guess, a legal adult. Okay, well, you 17, you know, you are kind of you're preying on children. So it's like that story got buried. I guess it was settled back then, so it was, but now it's come back up. So this is just adds on top to all the other crazy stories that's gone on with Bill Cosby and the things that he's done. I'm just, it's so sad. It's so sad that his legacy is ended this way. Even though I'm not a big Bill Cosby fan these days, it's just heartbreaking that all this kind of shit is coming out, that these women have suffered like this and had to stay quiet. It's just a mess. It is just a mess. So you guys tell me what you think about it. I mean, there is a girl who has come out and said that this is what it was. I mean, there is evidence. The story is backed up, and now just the you know, them trying to figure out if it was consensual or not. But like I said, she was a child. So even if it was consensual, it's not really legal, and it's not really consensual when you're preying on, I mean, when a child is not developed enough to know that, you know what, I am being preyed upon. So, oh, just terrible. Just terrible, y'all. Bill the Pill, it ain't good for Bill right now. And it won't be from here on out. I just read a story that Derek Fisher's wife gets $109,000 a month in spousal support, and she gets $15,000 damn dollars a month in child support, and that they didn't even fight over it, and that Derek Fisher agreed to that. Bitch, nigga, that deserve it. Bitch, if I can get up in this damn back seat, I'll stand up, y'all. Let me try it. Stand up, y'all. Bitch, you did that! Let me get off of here. What am I going to eat? I don't even have time to eat now. I am so mad. I'm thinking that today is damn Dollar Sushi Thursday. Let me mention right now, I hope you guys all have a wonderful Memorial Day. Unless something spectacular happens in these next 5 days, I will not be back until Love and Hip Hop next Tuesday. So that's why I did Top of the Blogs today. So I hope you guys have a really safe and happy Memorial Day. All right, let me get off of here. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.